What's going on, guys? It's your man Ed Hayes, the wholesale coach here, back for another video. And in this video, I want to talk about a really important topic that's been going on out here in the wholesaling industry lately, and that's the text messaging legislation that just recently got passed called the Trace Act. Now, a ton of people have been asking me, hey Ed, is texting dead? Do I need to transition and do other things? So I just wanted to make this video to kind of talk about what's going on with that Trace Act, how it's affecting wholesalers, and what we can do to combat the effects of the Trace Act and still get out here and close out some of these deals, guys. So as always, without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get into it.
With me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a...
Alright guys, so I'm going to try to keep this short, simple, and straight to the point. So in terms of the legislation and what's going on with it, the Trace Act is basically trying to prevent people from doing all of these massive spam text, pretty much, like a lot of us wholesalers may do when we're out here mass marketing to motivated sellers. Some people are sending out, 5,000 texts, 10,000 texts a day. Shout out to my guy CC Garland. I remember when we first started chatting a couple years ago, he was already sending like over 100,000 texts per month to these motivated sellers. Now, me on the other hand, I'm typically doing somewhere between 8 to 10,000 texts per month, and that may be okay, and I'll let you know why in a little bit. But basically, this legislation has been put into place to kind of stop wholesalers and other marketing individuals from mass text messaging people without these people actually signing up to receive these texts. So companies such as Twilio have already started implementing things. So brand new people who are trying to get an account with Twilio are now required to provide their business information, as well as like registering their phone numbers and like providing an opt-in form that your leads are using supposedly to actually join your list. So it's a lot of different things that are going on to kind of make the process as stringent as possible, as well as increase the trust from people who are actually receiving those text messages. So eventually, I believe personally, text messaging may just be disallowed totally, or there's going to be a lot more stringent requirements on people to continuously text people who are not actually asking for this information, and it's going to be a lot easier for those people to kind of get you in trouble or find out more information about your business and report you. Now, there's a lot of intricacies to the law, and I'm not going to break down every single thing in this video, but one of the things that really affects us wholesalers who try to get a lot of volume is that the law limits how many text messages you can send from a single phone number, and that's 500 text messages per day. So for you guys who may have been sending 5,000 texts per day, texting may be dead for you. To be 100% honest, you may need to transition into other marketing methods to keep contacting motivated sellers and get that type of volume that you're used to. So let's talk about what we can actually do to combat this law. We know what the law is. Now, what can we actually get out here and do about it so we can stay busy and keep getting some deals out here? The first thing that I would recommend is cold calling. Keep your cold calls going, guys. This law does not affect massive cold calling. It only focuses on text messages. So keep getting out there, keep your VA on deck and have them making those calls on like a $999 such as Mojo. You can keep that volume really, really high. The next idea is going to be just texting people from your phone. So you may not get that same level of volume, but you can still keep a pretty high deliverability rate just busting out your cell phone and texting people manually. Now, the next method that I would recommend is just honestly, this is one of the fastest and easiest ways to get consistent deals, and that's doing JV deals with other wholesalers who already have deals under contract. So you can go to places like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Facebook groups, and find people who are already posting deals and just ask them like, hey, I see you got this property. Are you interested in doing a JV? And if you already have a massive list of buyers, like I talk about on my channel all the time, then you're gonna be able to dispo those deals pretty quickly. I'm working with a person in Chicago right now who's dispoing the 30 leads that we just got last month. So definitely consider getting out here, putting some deals together, playing either the acquisition or the disposition role of doing these deals, and just do one part of the deal versus having to do both. You can get a ton of volume and put together a lot of deals. Now, the second to the last strategy is gonna be direct mail. And then I'm gonna give you all my #1 strategy right now to how to combat this new texting legislation. But direct mail is also another great way to get a massive amount of people contacted, and then it's very, very legal. You don't have to worry about any issues, and then people will just be calling you back, right? So you're just fielding inbound warm leads. You'll also have, a certain percentage of people that will literally get your direct mail and just feel the need to call you just to curse you out, right? But a lot of the people that call you back with direct mail, it may even be 2-3 months from now. You have to be consistent, but you can get a ton of people calling in, and it's a lot more passive than making a ton of phone calls, and you don't have to hire on an entire staff to take inbound calls from your direct mail. But now, guys, the last strategy that I want to give you all, and it's one that I'm probably going to be talking about a little bit more on the channel going forward. It's gonna be online marketing, paid online advertising, such as Google and Facebook ads. The reason why I say this is because no matter what is going on, right, there's gonna be a ton of people contacting these motivated sellers, either by text, phone call, ringless voicemail drops, direct mail, all of this stuff, right? It's gonna be a ton of competition generally. But where do people go when they actually need help? They go to Google. Where do people go when they want to vent to the world and tell the world like, hey man, I got this going on? They go to Facebook, right? So these companies are amazing at actually finding you people that need you, that are talking about you, if that makes sense. So when you use Google and Facebook and you're doing pay per click, for instance, there's a limited amount of people who are gonna click on these ads. It's a limited audience of people who may be interested. So you're gonna pay for these clicks, right? That's why it's called pay per click. However, the people that reach out are either warm or hot more often than not. So you're not getting cursed out. No one's like, oh, stop showing me your advertisements. They just have to click a couple buttons on the computer to stop seeing your advertisements. So it's really, really simple for them to kind of opt out of getting contacted. But also the data from Google and Facebook allows you to really, really know who your customer is. And I actually made an entire course talking about how to set up your own Facebook ads as well, like where you get the Facebook ad copy, the website copy, the ad images, a 5-email follow-up sequence, everything you need to rock and roll with Facebook ads and start getting some leads coming into you. So you all can definitely feel free to check out that link for the Facebook ads course down below. And also keep in mind, you're gonna need a decent budget when you're on these sites. In all reality, the more money you can invest towards your advertising budget, the better off you're most likely gonna be. Let's put it like that. So, say for instance, you wanna run Google and Facebook ads. My most recommended budget would be at least $1,000 a month. So then you can do, about $30 per day. You're reaching a ton of people. You can actually compete with other companies out there who may be running similar advertisings. So, you want to be on that first page of Google. You want to be on Facebook after somebody just got done telling someone on the phone, man, I'm about to lose my house. Well, it seems like Facebook is always listening. I don't know about y'all, but it seems like Facebook is always listening to me. They get off that phone call, they hop on their phone, boom, your advertisement, need to sell a house, I'll buy it, something like that. So just make sure that you all just look into these strategies. I personally believe that Facebook and Google ads are gonna be where it's at going forward, just because there's always gonna be competition with all of these other models and all of these other methods. It does take a skill set to actually be able to do it, or you got to hire on a team, or you got to check out a course like the one that I have to where you can kind of just plug and play. But either way, you have to learn some stuff. So that's kind of a competitive advantage. So if you can go out there, hire on a company to set up your Facebook ads for you, you go ahead and grab that course, set up your Facebook ads today. Guys, you can get out here and start getting people calling you. If you're running PPC, guess what? You can eliminate your skip tracing service. You could eliminate your call-in platform and VA. So you don't need a team. You don't need skip tracing. You don't need tons of leads. You don't need all of this other stuff. All you need is to let your ads run for you perpetually and scale your business on autopilot. And it's a great way to do it, guys. Y'all know, if y'all been watching my channel for a minute, y'all already know I'm all about automation. I'm all about making processes happen quickly. We don't want to just be out here grinding. We want to work smart, not hard. We still want to get out here and grind. Don't get me wrong though, right? But like, y'all get where I'm coming from. It's like we've got to make sure that we're doing the things that are most likely to actually produce results. So like I said, when people want to get online, and if they're looking for something online, I should say, they're gonna go to Google. So if they need to sell their house, they're gonna go to Google to say like, how to sell a house fast in this city. That's why all these sites like carrot.com, that's why they work so good, because people go to Google and Facebook to get information. Like they're gonna reach out to their friends, man, do y'all have any recommendations on XYZ? Or they're gonna go to Google and be like, hey, how can I sell this house? So you want to be right there. You want to be in their face when they're ready to actually sell their house. And I think that that's one of the best ways, because if you've been reaching out to all of these people are getting contacted every day, that's annoying, right? Eventually it becomes annoying for a lot of people who are getting contacted all the time. So when they are ready to sell, they're probably going to go to Google instead of like calling some of these people back. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I don't wanna get too long-winded. Make sure that you all check out the links down below, guys. Check out my Wholesaling University course where I break down all of this stuff and so much more. Check out that Facebook ads course that's gonna be linked down below so you can get out here and rock and roll and get people coming into your funnel so you can just process them, right? Make life a lot easier, especially with this new texting legislation that's going on right now. So texting may be dead, but that doesn't mean that your business has to be dead, all right? I hope that y'all staying healthy, staying blessed. And as always, guys, until next time, we are out.